Hey everyone, so this is my first video on this channel. Hopefully we're going to get some good information out there on YouTube about inflammatory bowel disease. Hopefully I can help some of you people who have been recently diagnosed, don't know where to go, don't know what to do. When I was originally diagnosed, I looked on YouTube. There were some videos up, some good information out there, but I just wanted to add a little bit more to the YouTube world. So like I said, I want to provide information about inflammatory bowel disease. We can talk about the disease processes, pathology, stuff like that. I'll go through the scientific literature so that you guys don't have to, because that's what I'm interested in. We can talk about treatment options, stuff like that. And then what I'll also be doing pretty much throughout every video is I'll share some of my personal experiences relating to inflammatory bowel disease. So if I took a particular medication, I'll talk about my personal experience with it, the side effects, stuff like that. We can talk about stuff like the everyday issues, a lot of stuff that like relationships, social life, work. How do you manage all this while living with a chronic disease? It's all very new, and when you've just been diagnosed, you don't understand it. So, but my main goal was just to help you guys. Like I said, when I was first diagnosed, there wasn't much out there. There were some channels, and I'll actually link some of the channels that helped me a lot when I was first diagnosed. I'll link some of them in the description for you guys. But like I said, that's my main goal. Is I want to help you guys. I want to produce content for you guys so that you can figure this stuff out. So, without further ado, I am a college student right now. I'm a senior. My major is physiology and developmental biology. So, like I said, I'm very interested in biology. I'm interested in disease processes. I'm going to be starting medical school next year, so this is right up my alley. I had ulcerative colitis. I ended up about 2 years ago having the total proctocolectomy. We did the J-pouch surgery, and I've been living with the J-pouch ever since, and it's been great. Here's a picture from, I think this is after my second surgery. You can see that my stoma site was healing up. But yeah, I used to, when I first got sick, I actually designed these Got Guts inflammatory bowel disease awareness t-shirts. Put it on the screen there for you. I actually designed these and tried to sell them to make money to give to the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America. And since then, I really haven't done much. I've gone to a couple support groups here in my local community. But I just realized recently that I want to do more to be able to give back to help people who are going through what I've gone through. So a little bit about my story with ulcerative colitis. My symptoms started when I was living abroad. I was in Ecuador for 2 years. Started having the diarrhea, started seeing blood, lost weight, lost energy, stuff like that. I thought it was just a parasite because I was living in Ecuador, but after I got back, after I got back from Ecuador, living in America, it continued to get worse. I was in school and working full-time, so it was really getting tough to manage everything. Finally, at the end of one of my semesters, I decided to go see my doctor, see what was going on. I think I did a couple blood tests. They saw that there was inflammation going on. They weren't sure what it was, though, so they sent me to a gastroenterologist, and then we did a colonoscopy, and within 1 day I was diagnosed, pretty much. There's the actual form from when I was diagnosed, and here is a picture of me on the day I was diagnosed. So that was about 3-4 years ago. It was right before my 22nd birthday. So, but right after diagnosis, he put me on. My gastroenterologist put me on some medications. They didn't end up working out too well. I was diagnosed with severe ulcerative colitis throughout my whole colon. So I had to drop school, I had to quit my job and move back home. I was in the hospital for a while. And I spent, the next year or so trying all the different medications that were available. So I went through the prednisone, the Asacol, azathioprine, you name it, Humira, Remicade. I tried all that. Nothing really worked well for me. Here's a picture of me getting the Remicade infusions. Those were fun. And, in the future videos, we're going to go into all of these sorts of things. But after going through all of the medications, I decided I just wanted to have surgery and kind of move on with my life because nothing was working. So I ended up going for the J-pouch surgery. Here I am. You can see I have the NG tube in my nose. I'm hooked up to a ton of bags. And then here's an x-ray of the J-pouch that they made for me. So this is what I have inside me right now. And with the two-step, we're going to get into the surgery and all that, but I had to live with an ileostomy bag for a few months. And let's see if this will play. Here's a video from the day of my second surgery. Here, let me move me out of the way. And
That's the end of your life, right?
the first day of the rest of my life.
First day of the rest of your life. That's it. End of the crappy era in your life.
When I wake up in a couple hours, I won't have a bag anymore.
No.
So, as you can see, I was excited to get rid of the bag. I saw the second surgery as basically the beginning of the rest of my life. And that's pretty much how it's been. After my surgery, I've been great. I've had, a couple issues with pouchitis. We'll talk about those issues in future videos. But really manageable. Living without a colon has its ups, has its downs, but overall, I've been great. There's a picture of me after being discharged from the second surgery. But anyway, so this was just the first video. These are the upcoming videos that I have that I'm, in the process of making. I wanted to provide more of a scientific view of all of this. I know a lot of channels on YouTube talk about more the social aspects, but I wanted to get into the science behind it so that even if you're not interested in medicine or science, you can at least have a better understanding of what's going on in your body, and when people talk to you about it, you'll be able to tell them what your disease is and how it affects you. So the next video coming up is just gonna be an overview of your GI tract. Then we'll get into the inflammatory bowel disease pathology, talk about the difference between Crohn's and colitis. Obviously, my point of view comes more from colitis, but I'll provide information for both. And then we're going to talk about some of the misconceptions. I know I used to hear all the time people telling me to avoid stress and to try not to eat certain foods. We're going to talk about all that, and then we'll get into the diagnosis process. If you're not sure if you have it yet, or if you're going through symptoms and you haven't been diagnosed yet, or if you're about to get diagnosed, we'll go into all that, and then there are going to be even more videos down the line. So that was it for just this short intro video, and thanks for watching, guys.